Hello everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. This is week 1 of the 2024 Wonderful Hats Crochet Along, working on our accessory piece today. Welcome if you're joining me for that, or if this is your first time hearing about the crochet along, do check out down in the description of this video. There is a direct link there for you with all the information that you will need. Today we are working on the Sweetheart Scarf, which is the scarf to match your Sweetheart beanie. This is a fairly easy scarf to work once you know the stitches that you are working. The finished scarf measures approximately, 6 inches across by 63 inches long, and you can adjust that length and width as desired. I've just added a simple fringe down here at the bottom. Other than that, it's worked all as one piece in rows. Today for the tutorial, I will be working with the Woolies Yarn by Lion brand. This is a worsted weight acrylic wool blend. You're going to need a total of 2 balls for the scarf. Each ball of yarn has 197 yards in it, so you're going to need 2 of these balls. You're also going to need a 5mm or an H8 crochet hook, and links to these items are in the description of this video. So thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, I invite you to subscribe. Check out the Sweetheart beanie pattern, which is now up and available, and it is the matching beanie for the scarf that we're going to work here today. Let's grab our hooks and yarn and get started. So our scarf today is worked in rows, and we're going to work the scarf from the bottom up, working at our short end. You're going to start by making a slip knot and then by working a foundation chain. Now if you would like to change the width of your scarf today, you're going to want to chain a multiple of 8 stitches plus 2. Today I'm going to chain a total of 26. That will give you a width of about 6 inches. Once you have worked your foundation chain, you're going to begin row 1 by working a single crochet into the second chain from your hook, and then single crochet into each stitch all the way across. At the end of row 1, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. For row 2, we're going to begin by working a single crochet into the first stitch. You're then going to skip the next 3 stitches, and into your next stitch work 7 double crochet stitches. 7 double crochet all into the same stitch. Skip the next 3 stitches and single crochet into your next stitch. You're now going to repeat that all the way across. Skip the next 3 stitches and into your next stitch work 7 double crochet. Skip the next 3 stitches and single crochet into your next stitch all the way across. You'll finish off your row 2 with that single crochet into the final stitch. At the end of your row 2, you can chain 3 and turn your work. Now for row 3, we're going to begin by working a puff stitch into our first stitch. Now to work your puff stitch, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that first stitch at the base of your turning chain, yarn over and draw up a loop to the height of your double crochet. You're going to do that a total of 4 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, all into the same stitch. Then yarn over and draw through all the loops on your hook. You're then going to chain 3 and skip the next 3 stitches. Single crochet into your next stitch. Chain 3, skip the next 3 stitches, and into your next single crochet, you're going to work a puff stitch, chain 2, and puff stitch back into the same single crochet. Chain 3, skip the next 3 stitches and single crochet into your next stitch. You're going to repeat this all the way across to the final stitch. So chain 3, into your next single crochet, work a puff stitch, chain 2, and puff stitch back into the same stitch, chain 3, and skip the next 3 stitches and single crochet into your next stitch. All the way across until you come to your final single crochet. When you come to the final single crochet, you're going to finish off with a chain 3 and then 1 puff stitch into that final stitch. Chain 3, which counts as a double crochet stitch, and turn your work. For row 4, we're going to begin by working 3 double crochets into the first stitch. So just into the base or into the top of your first puff stitch. Including that chain 3 starting, it's at 4 double crochet stitches. You're going to skip the next chain 3 space and single crochet into the next single crochet stitch. Skip the next chain 3 and into your next chain 2 space, work 7 double crochet stitches. So you're just going to pull apart those 2 puff stitches and work your 7 double crochets just into that chain 2 space. Skip the next chain 3 space, single crochet into your next single crochet, skip the next chain 3 space, and work 7 double crochets into your next chain 2 space. Repeat that all the way across. When you come all the way across, to that starting puff stitch. You're going to finish off by working 4 double crochets just into either the top of that puff stitch, or to make it easy, I just work it into that turning chain 3 space. So just work 4 double crochet stitches either into the top of the puff stitch or into the chain 3 space. You're then going to chain 1 and turn your work. For row 5, we're going to begin by working a single crochet into the top of the first stitch. Your chain 1 does not count as a stitch. You're then going to chain 3, skip the next 3 stitches, and into your next single crochet, work a puff stitch, chain 2, and puff stitch back into the same single crochet. Chain 3, skip the next 3 stitches, and single crochet into your next stitch. Chain 3 and repeat. Skip the next 3 stitches, into your next single crochet, work a puff stitch, chain 2 and puff stitch back into the same stitch, chain 3, skip the next 3 stitches and single crochet into the next stitch. Repeat this all the way across until you come to your final 4 stitches. When you come to those final 4 stitches, which includes that turning chain 3, you're going to finish off with a chain 3, skip the next 3 stitches, and then into the top of that turning chain, work a single crochet. You can then chain 1 and turn your work. For row 6, single crochet into that first stitch, skip the next chain 3 space and puff stitch, and work 7 double crochets into your chain 2 space. Skip the next chain 3 space and single crochet into the next single crochet stitch. You're going to repeat this all the way across. Skip the next chain 3 space and puff stitch. Work 7 double crochets into your chain 2 space. Skip the next chain 3 and single crochet into your next stitch. Repeat that all the way across. When you come to that final stitch, simply skip the chain 3 space and single crochet into that final stitch. Now for the repeat in the scarf, that's it. You're going to repeat your rows 3, 4, 5, and 6 until your work from the beginning measures approximately 63 inches. I'm not going to work the full 63 inches here on the video, but once you hit the 63 inches, you can finish off on a row 6, just as I have here, and you're going to work one more row. So for your next row, after you have worked the 63 inches, so you'll have worked your entire scarf, you're going to work then one more row at the very end, just here before you work your tassel, chain one, turn your work, and you'll simply single crochet into each stitch all the way across. After you have single crocheted in each stitch all the way across, you can fasten off and weave in your ends. Now you can either wear your scarf like this if you prefer to have no fringe, or you can simply add an easy fringe just as I have to the ends of my scarf. Now if you'd like, I can maybe pull out one of these and just show you how I did it. This is just a simple knotted fringe. I like to knot it because it does hold up well for washing. But what I did was every second stitch, every second single crochet, I cut 3 lengths of yarn. These are about 7-8 inches long. You might want it a little bit longer so that you can trim them all off to the same size. But you're just going to cut 3 or more lengths of yarn, pull them through one of the stitches on the end of your scarf. Then I fold them over and tie them into a simple knot. Once you've tied all of your knots all the way across, you'll want to take scissors and then just trim the ends so that they're all the same length, and repeat for the second side. And that's all there is to working this beautiful sweetheart scarf. So thank you so much for joining me. Once again, don't forget to subscribe. Check out the matching beanie pattern. If you happen to make the scarf on social media, be sure to tag Rich Textures Crochet. You can also tag the Wonderful Hats Cal. And I always love coming by to admire your work. So until next time, enjoy. Happy crocheting. Bye.